Camden Council speaking, how may I help you?
Hello, I'd like to speak to Holborn District Housing Office, please.
Okay, one moment please, thank you. Hello, Holborn Customer Services.
Is that Holborn District Housing Office?
It is.
I'd like to speak to someone who deals with environmental health, please.
Yeah, you've come through to the district office. What is it to do
That's
with?
what I've already been through to the environmental health people. They said I had to speak to you.
What is it regarding?
It's regarding the noise, the building noise that's happening.
What's the name of the block?
It's the Brunswick Centre.
Okay, the estate office is actually on the phone at the moment. Do you mind holding?
Could you give me some information? I want somebody to come and record the levels of noise that are happening.
That would be done by the noise patrol team, not by the estate officer.
So who are the noise patrol team?
Do you want to hold the line? I'll just try and get their number.
Thank you. Hello?
Yeah, is it actually coming from a council property?
It's coming from Building Work.
From Building Works at the Brunswick?
Yes.
Okay, I think it's actually the renewals team that you need to speak to. They're the people. It's George Vass. If I give you his direct number.
What do they do?
Well, they're the people responsible for the work there.
No, I want somebody outside the people responsible for the work to come and measure the levels of the noise.
That you need to speak to.
Sorry?
George Vass.
But who? Say if you were at home and someone was exploding bombs next to you, who would you come to measure the noise?
Well, as far as I've been told, it's George Vass that you need to speak to regarding the noise.
But if he's doing the work, he's not going to be independent, is he?
Yeah, but I mean, he's the person that all queries are being referred to.
So are you telling me that there is no body that I can go to that is independent?
Well, I did offer to put you through to your estate officer, but you didn't want to hold the line.
No, I did. But you said that was the wrong person to talk to. You said it. You said
well, she's
for
the
this.
Only other person that I can think of.
Well, look. Could you just explain to me? From what I understood, there is somebody in every borough whose responsibility it is to measure noise levels if things are going on that are dangerous. Yes.
It's an environmental team that you need to speak
Yeah. Well, I've been through to them, and they
actually measure the noise nuisance. It's not the estate officer.
Yeah, well, I've already spoken.
If they've referred you on to us, then all I can do is put you through to either the estate officer or George Vass.
Okay, would you listen to me a second? Would you listen to me a second? I thought that there was some department in the borough whose job it was to measure things like noise and pollution to see if it's dangerous. Is that true or not?
That is correct. And I've just
told
you
the
environmental team that you need to speak to.
But I've already spoken to them.
Yeah, and they've obviously referred you on to us. If they're not willing to deal with the query, you can either speak to the estate officer.
But why have they referred me on to you?
I have no idea. You'd have to speak to the estate officer.
I don't understand. Because if something was dangerous happening, you know, wouldn't it be the environmental health people?
If they've asked you to speak to the estate officer, all I can do is put you through to her or the project manager who
all right, it's just that you said that she wasn't the right person to speak to. So,
Sorry?
You know. But you told me before that she wasn't the right person.
She can't actually physically come out and measure the noise.
Well, who can?
It's the environmental team. I don't know why
But they've said that they're not going to do it, and that they've said that I'm gone through to the wrong people.
Well, that's what I'm saying. All I can do is put you through to her to speak to. You can speak to her. I'm only a customer services officer.
All right, I'm sorry. It's just really confusing. I've been on the phone for 15 minutes, and I haven't got anywhere.
The best thing is if you take George Vass's number and speak to him about it, because as far as I know, he's dealing with all the queries to do with the noise nuisance.
So what's his number?
He's on 0207.
0207.
974
6397, and he's the renewals team.
But yeah, he's the project manager for the works at the Brunswick Centre.
Project manager. All right, I'd like to speak to the district housing officer as well then if she comes free, because I think it sounds like I'm going to have to speak to everybody.
She's still on the telephone, so if you're willing to hold...
Do you know how long she's going to be?
I have no idea. If you want to take her direct number...
Yes, that would be useful.
Her name is Muna.
Oh, I know Muna, yes.
And she's on 0207...
0207...
974...
974...
2184.
2184.
Yeah.
All right, I'll call her back. I'll try this other bloke, George. This bloke, George.
Okay, bye.
You understand, though? It's very frustrating. I'm going around in circles.
But I mean, obviously, if they're not willing to deal with your query, or, you know, I'm only in customer service.
I understand. It's just I've been going around in circles, and I'm going a bit mental here because of the noise as well.
That in the first instance.
All right, thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot for your help. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Hello?
Hello, I'd like to speak to George Bass, please.
Speaking.
Oh, hello. Are you the renewals team?
I am, yeah.
I've been told to speak to you. I really don't know why, because I've been ringing the environmental health people.
Right.
Because I'm concerned about the noise levels that are happening right outside my house.
Yeah.
And I rang them up and I said I would like somebody to come and record the noise levels because I don't believe they're within safe limits. They said, no, you're speaking to the wrong people. You have to speak to your district housing office. I spoke to the district housing office. They said, no, you're speaking to the wrong people. You have to speak to George Bass.
Right.
So, I want somebody to come and measure the noise levels that are happening at my property and next to my property. Who do I go to?
Well, we seriously would not measure noise levels. Could you tell me...
Why not?
What property?
Well, who are you? I don't understand who you are. What's the renewals team?
Basically, I'm the project manager for the scheme at the Brunswick.
What, do you mean for the building works that are going on right now?
The rest of it.
So, sorry, it's for the building works that are going on right now.
Yes.
You're a special team.
As well as the heating scheme.
Right, okay.
But I'm just trying to think of the chap's name, because if you lived there during the Allied...
yes, I did, yes.
Act, which was
and I also asked for the noise
and all
measures.
the rest of
Yeah,
it.
I asked for the noise levels to be measured then, and they refused before as well.
No, I was under the impression they definitely did do the...
No, they didn't. I rang them up and I asked them, and they point blank refused.
No, I know for a fact, because I used to go to the monthly meetings with Allied London, and I know someone from Environment did go and measure the noise levels, not just once, they did it several times.
Well, I don't think they measured it where I was.
Yeah.
Because I didn't see anybody, and I asked them specifically to do it, and the guy point blank refused, and he said he absolutely would not do it.
Yeah, because we don't, quite honestly and seriously, because it's an environmental issue, it really should be that department.
I've been to the environmental health people. I've spoken to them twice this afternoon.
Yeah.
I have said that I want someone to come and measure the noise levels, and each time they have said, no, we do not deal with that, you have to go to your district housing office. And the district housing office has said, we do not deal with it, you have to go to George Bass. I'm going round in circles here.
Yeah, look, I'm really sorry.
Well, could you tell me whose job, the council have a legal responsibility, yes, all councils do, to make sure that the people living in their borough are not having their health damaged by either noise or other forms of pollution, is that right?
Well, as far as I know, yeah.
Yeah. So who is responsible for doing that and for measuring things?
As I said to you, it would be environmental health.
Well, why every time
I have no idea. If you
could you please write them a letter or speak to them about this, because this happened before.
Yeah.
And they are saying that they are not dealing with it. They're saying they're not dealing with it because they only deal with private housing. Is that true?
No.
Well, that's what they're saying.
As I just said to you, I was aware that they did do checks with Allied London's work.
But that was before.
Go on over the weekend and things like that.
Okay, so
and
this...
also non-stop, whereas we, to the best of our ability, we do try to contain it. That's why we only allow the contractors to work between 9 and 12, and there's a 2-hour respite, and then it's from 2 to 5.
Yes, but there are people living here who are in sheltered housing who are disabled and can't go out the house.
Yeah, we do deal with that through Linda, Sarah, Midge, Mark. Because today...
Oh yeah, so how do you deal with that?
We haven't had problems.
How do you deal with that? Because I'm one of those people, and I'm ready to jump off the top of this
Well,
building.
I wouldn't want you to do that.
Well, that's how bad it's got. And last time my next door neighbour did, she took a massive overdose.
And you know...
And the other guy upstairs, he did kill himself during those other
You do
works.
know we do have places of respite.
I don't want a place of respite. I'm not well. I want to be able to rest in my own home. I can't lie down in some weird place with other people there.
No, all right, look, you can use whatever emotive language you want.
I'm just saying, I'm at the end of my tether. I don't know what to do. What I do want to find out is whose job is it to measure the noise levels to see whether they're healthy or not.
It's environmental health. It's not this department. If you can give me your name and number, I'll try and get you someone you can speak to, and I'll either call you back with the details or get them to ring you.
Okay, my name is Kathy Hill.
Kathy Doyle.
Hill, H-I-L-L.
Sorry,
H-I-L-L, Hill.
Hill, right.
Hill.
Okay, sorry. Telephone number?
0207
Yeah.
278
278
9554.
9554. And what's the property address?
It's 96
Yep.
O'Donnell Court.
Okay.
Could you tell me, you said that people are dealing with the sheltered housing people. What are they doing for them?
Well, basically, as best as we can, we do try to look after them, and I know both Midge and Linda, who I have more dealings with on Foundling, they're very, very good, and if they've got any concerns, and I have to say to you quite honestly, we've been working there since February, and the actual complaints have been very, very minimal. Have you tried speaking to Mark Rawle, the resident liaison officer?
Yes, I have.
For Diamondville, and obviously you're not getting any joy with him.
No.
But as I said to you, we do try to restrict it compared with Allied London. We've always explained it was going to be noisy works. That's why the place of respites are there, but you don't want to, you don't...
It's not really going to solve my problem.
No, I mean, you could try speaking to Melanie Coots, but I suspect...
I've already spoken to
the
her.
area manager.
I've already spoken to Melanie Coots.
And I'm sure she'll refer it to me. I'm assuming that's what's happened.
Okay, so what I'm asking her for is I'm asking to be rehoused because I'm really at the end of my tether now. I've had 3.5 years of this with the previous people. Nobody bothered to take care of any of the sheltered housing people. Nobody gave us any compensation. No, I've been through all this for 3 years. Nobody gave us anything. They didn't give us anywhere to go.
You're saying you're a sheltered housing resident?
Yes.
And you have got no joy through Sarah or Mark?
No, what are they going to do? They can't do anything. I speak to them every other day. They say, it's terrible, isn't it? I go, yeah, it's awful, isn't it? You know, they don't have any power. They're there to just check we're not dead in the morning twice a week. That's their job.
Miss Hill, I think if you just give me a few minutes, I'll try and track someone down in environmental health. And I'll call you back, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks, bye. Bye.